It's Tuesday the 21st of April. This is your ETS Capital Morning Market Bite. Overnight Asian stocks stood firm on Tuesday after China's latest step to prop up its faltering economy lifted global equities. The Nikkei actually closed up 1%, 199.09, spot 09. Out of China, later in the session last night, they announced a cut in the amount of reserves banks are required to hold to actually promote lending. So a real step by Chinese government to actually do their best to stimulate growth in the economy, encourage borrowing and allow the banks to do so. That came down as a reaction last week to a crackdown on margin lending. So really an attempt to increase borrowing, reduce the amount of reserves that are required, and hence less lending on margin and more in physical cash. In terms of the stimulus drive in China, coupled with US corporate earnings, meant we had a strong US session up to the close. Dow closing up 1.2% at 180.34, spot 93. The Nasdaq also closing up 1.3%, 49.94, spot 6. Traders' eyes this week really keeping an eye on any developments out of Greece negotiations. They're due to meet with Euro finance ministers on Friday to actually try and finalise a deal in terms of solving the debt crisis, and we'll have more of an outlook on whether Greece is looking like it will stay in the Eurozone or if there are any plausible plans to be able to pay off the deficit. FX-wise, the euro traded down at 107.20 off Friday's peak of 108.49 against the dollar. The Australian dollar lost some ground yesterday at 76.85 against the dollar from 77.23 earlier, pulling away from a one-month peak of 78.44. This came really off the back of the minutes from April's meeting with the Reserve Bank of Australia. Not too much changed, just really keeping consistent on their easing bias. Interest rates cut earlier in the year, and also doing their best to stimulate the economy, make it cheap for China to order, the commodity-driven industry. Oil prices, they were at a 4-month high last week. Strong US consumption and a warning from Saudi's Interior Ministry about possible attacks on energy installations. That really counteracted Saudi's comments previously about maintaining production at an all-time high. US crude futures traded up $56.34 per barrel, not far from a 4-month high of $57.42. In terms of the biggest riser in the FTSE this morning, ARM Holdings posted a pre-tax profit up 24%. The stock's bounced 6%, currently trading at 12.17.5. The biggest loser this morning, Associated British Foods, 2% fall in first half profit, which was in line with expectations. Their Primark arms posted strong sales growth, but the biggest offset was weakness in its sugar operation, meaning it starts trading down 3% this morning. In terms of announcements today, we've got the German Zoo sentiment survey at 10 a.m. Forecast at 55.6 versus 54.8 previously. So start to get an idea on the next 6-month outlook for Germany from an institutional investor's point of view. It's the top 250 analysts who are asked about it, so really give the market a key idea of where the professionals think the market is going. And that's all for today. Thank you.